Hello everyone, I'm Jack Butler and welcome to MSJ Reviews. Today, we'll be reviewing the new comedy movie, Good Fortune, starring Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, and Aziz Ansari. This movie is a mix of humor, fantasy, and a thoughtful message about what it means to live a good life. Now a little background knowledge on the film. Good Fortune was directed and co-written by Aziz Ansari, who also stars in the film. It takes a creative approach on the idea of success and happiness, asking whether if you have everything that you want really means you're fortunate and truly happy. Now the story centers around three main characters. Arj, who is played by Aziz Ansari, who is an everyday guy who is not happy with his life. He doesn't like his job, where his finances are, and where his life is going. Gabriel, who is played by Keanu Reeves, is an angel whose job is to stop people from texting while driving, but he ends up trying to save a lost soul all on his own. And Jeff, who is played by Seth Rogen, who is a lucky but successful businessman who seems to have the perfect life: money, fame, and happiness. Now, here's a short summary of the first quarter of the movie. Feel free to skip ahead to the timestamp shown on screen if you don't want any spoilers. It begins with Arj, who is at a low point in his life. Nothing seems to be going well, and he recently just lost his job, and he ends up living in his car. Arj ends up becoming a gig worker, which is basically someone who does freelancing work, and he ends up doing odd jobs for people. One day, Arj crosses paths with Jeff, and Jeff ends up hiring him as his assistant. Arj is thrown in a world of luxury and success, and he doesn't know what to do with it. Arj ends up making a fatal mistake and getting fired by Jeff, leaving Arj right where he was at the beginning. Meanwhile, Gabriel the angel is watching from above. He sees Arj struggling, and he wants to show Arj that Jeff's life is no better than his. Gabriel ends up switching Jeff's and Arj's lives around completely, which starts the major plot and problems soon to come after. One of the strongest parts of Good Fortune is its cast, good story, and cinematography. Keanu Reeves' performance as Gabriel the Angel makes the character feel genuine and real, but also funny in a subtle way. Personally, I think Keanu was the main source of comedy in this film, just because of his character. I also thought the story was very creative, since there are a lot of movies that have the same trope of switching people in each other's places, but this one has a complete different twist on it. It shows how different their lives are, with wealth and comfort, and struggle and frustration. It kind of gives it a fresh, meaningful, and new, fresh twist on the same classic trope, making it feel less predictable. I also thought the cinematography was impressive. The color and lighting differences between Arj's and Jeff's lives are completely different, but it also has good shots that are just interesting to look at throughout the movie with the camera angles. If I had to point out one weakness, I'd have to say that Seth Rogen's character felt a lot less developed compared to the other main characters. Throughout the movie, Seth's character seems a lot less interesting and developed compared to the other two main characters in the film. He doesn't really have a backstory, and a lot of previous information about him isn't really explained in the film. What makes Good Fortune stand out is its message. It shows that we assume people's lives are good just on the surface level, but we don't really know what's happening behind the scenes. It reminds the audience that everyone faces challenges, and that real happiness is what you make your life, and not material success. That idea gives the movie depth beyond it just being a comedy movie. Overall, if I had to give Good Fortune a rating, I'd give it an 8.1 out of 10. It has some good acting, an interesting story, and if you want a good comedy movie to watch, I'd highly recommend it. Plus, it has Keanu Reeves, so what's not to like about it? I'm Jack Butler.